Good morning. I am Dr. Sasikala, reader from the Department of Prosthodontics and Crown and Bridge, Vinaya Mission Shankaracharya Dental College. The topic I am going to discuss about is principles of teeth arrangement. Why we have to arrange the teeth principally? Because it should be harmony with the surrounding structures, both in physiological and aesthetic consideration in centric and eccentric movements. The objectives of the anterior teeth arrangement was mainly for aesthetics and phonetics purposes, and posterior teeth arrangement was mainly for masticative purposes. Anterior teeth arrangement is an area of prosthodontics where art dominates science, where aesthetics is the major concern, and where knowledge must be applied to create pleasing appearance while simultaneously maintain the oral function. Now, I will discuss about the anterior teeth arrangement. According to the principle, the maxillary central incisor is placed to one side of the central line, replacing the labial contour of the upper wax block and just touching the occlusal plane. The incisal edges placed more anteriorly than their next to support the lips in a slightly prominent and natural position. When viewed from the labial aspect, the long axis of the tooth is parallel to the vertical axis. From the side view, the long axis of the tooth is sloping labially and the cervical aspect of the teeth should be slightly depressed. The occlusal view, the incisal edge of the tooth contacts evenly to the occlusal plane. Next, the maxillary incisor. The long axis of the tooth is parallel to the vertical axis. The incisal edge is placed more anteriorly than they are next to support the lips in a slightly prominent and natural position. The long axis of the tooth is sloping labially when viewed from the side. The inclination of the slope is greater than that of the center incisor. The incisal edge is 2 mm above the level of occlusal plane and the edge is tilted towards the midline. This will vary according to the age of the patient. The older patients would not normally be expected to have a youthful step between the centers and laterals due to wear of the central incisor and canines. Next, the maxillary canine. The canine should be positioned to show their mesial aspects when viewed from the front. When viewed front, the long axis of the tooth is parallel to the vertical axis. A mild mesial tilt is supposed to improve its aesthetics. The neck of the canine should be prominent and more anteriorly placed than the incisal edge to emphasize the canine evidence and to support the lips. When viewed from side, the long axis of the tooth is parallel to the vertical axis. The incisal edge should touch the occlusal plane. After arrangement of the maxillary canine, the mesial plane should follow the contours of the anterior teeth, while the distal plane will be the line of the posterior teeth. Now, discuss about the mandibular anterior teeth arrangement. Mandibular central incisor. According to the principle, from the labial aspect of the view, the long axis of the tooth is parallel to the vertical axis while arranged. The long axis of the tooth slopes slightly labially when viewed from the side. The incisal edge of the tooth should be 2 mm above the plane of occlusion. While arranging the lateral incisor, it is placed as like a central incisor, but the long axis is slightly mesially inclined. While arranging the mandibular canine, the long axis slightly inclined mesially and lingually. The neck of the tooth should be prominent and the cusp teeth 2 mm above the occlusal plane. After arranging the maxillary and mandibular teeth, we have to check the key of occlusion. That means the mesial slope of the maxillary canine should rest on the distal slope of the mandibular canine. After that, we have to check the overjet and overbite also. According to GPT, the overjet has to be defined as the projection of teeth beyond their antagonist in horizontal plane. The overbite has to be defined as the vertical relationship of the incisal edge of the maxillary incisors to the mandibular incisors where the teeth are maximum intercuspications. That means the overjet and overbite has to be 2 mm space in between the incisal edges. Now going to discuss about the posterior teeth arrangement. While arranging the maxillary posterior teeth, it should be slightly buccal to the ridge such that their occlusal surfaces lie slightly buccal to the lower ridge. While arranging the mandibular posterior teeth, it should be over the center of the ridge. According to the setting principle, while arranging the maxillary first premolar, the long axis of the tooth is parallel to the vertical axis when viewed from the buccal aspect. The buccal cusp touches the occlusal plane and the palatal cusp is positioned above 0.5 mm above the occlusal plane. Next, the arrangement of the maxillary second premolar. According to the principle, the long axis of the tooth is parallel to the vertical axis both in the buccal aspect as well as in the lateral aspect. Both the buccal and palatal cusp should touch the occlusal plane. So this aspect is different from that of the arrangement of the maxillary first premolar. According to the setting principle, while arranging the maxillary first molar, the long axis of the tooth is tilted buccally when viewed from the buccal aspect. When viewed from the lateral aspect, the long axis of the tooth is tilted distally. From the occlusal point of view, only the mesiopalatal cusp alone contacts the occlusal plate. The rest of the cusp just slightly above the occlusal plane level. Coming to the arrangement of the maxillary second molar. The long axis of the tooth is tilted buccally when viewed from the buccal aspect. The long axis of the tooth is tilted distally when viewed from the side. No one cusp is touched the occlusal plane, but the mesiopalatal cusp should be nearest to the occlusal plane. This will be creating the compensating curve. After arranging the maxillary posterior teeth, there are certain guidelines to check the occlusal view of the maxillary posterior teeth. The distrolabial surface of the canine, buccal surface of the premolars, and mesiobuccal surface of the first molar should be following a straight line. The distrobuccal surface of the first molar and buccal surface of the second molar slightly inwards and are placed so that all the buccal surface of the first and second molars follows a straight line. After the arrangement of the posterior teeth, we have to check the alignment of the occlusal groove also. The central groove of the maxillary posteriors should lie on the straight line joining the tip or distal arm of the canine anteriorly and the middle of the occlusal rim posteriorly. Now let us see about the mandibular posterior teeth arrangement. According to the principle, while arranging the mandibular first molar, the long axis of the tooth slopes slightly lingually when viewed from the buccal aspect. The long axis of the tooth is tilted mesially when viewed from the lateral aspect. From the occlusal aspect, the lingual cusp is below the occlusal plane and the buccal and distal cusp should be 2 mm above the occlusal plane. After arranging the mandibular first molar, we have to check the molar key of occlusion. According to the angles classification, the mesiobuccal cusp of the maxillary first permanent molar occludes with the mesiobuccal groove of the first permanent mandibular molar. After arranging the mandibular first molar, the mandibular second premolar has to be arranged. The long axis of the tooth is parallel to the vertical axis when viewed from the buccal aspect. The buccal cusp tip should engage the embrasure between the maxillary first premolar and second premolar. The two cusps that are above 2 mm above the occlusal plane. The central fossa of the mandibular second premolar and the first premolar should be over the crest of the ridge to maximize the denture stability and support. According to the setting principle, while arranging the mandibular first premolar, the long axis is parallel to the vertical axis when viewed from the buccal aspect. The buccal cusp of the mandibular first premolar should engage the mesial marginal ridge of the maxillary first premolar. The lingual cusp is below the occlusal plane, while the buccal cusp is 2 mm above the occlusal plane. After that, the mandibular second molar has to be arranged according to the setting principle. The long axis of the tooth slopes slightly lingually when viewed from the buccal aspect. The long axis of the tooth is tilted mesially when viewed from the lateral aspect. Both the cusps, that is lingual and buccal cusps, are 2 mm above the level of occlusal plane. After mandibular posterior teeth arrangement, both right and left side, we have to analyze whether the teeth has to be centered over the crest of the residual ridge and posteriorly up to the level of 2/3 of the retromolar pad. After arranging the maxillary posteriors and mandibular posteriors, make sure that the palatal cusp of the maxillary posteriors occlude properly with the central fossa of the mandibular posterior teeth. The curve of spray also has to be maintained in the teeth arrangement. According to the GPT, it has to be defined as the anatomic curve established by the occlusal alignment of the teeth as projected onto the median plane, beginning with the cusp tip of the mandibular canine and following the buccal cusp tips of the premolars and molars and continuing with the anterior border of the mandibular ramus and ending with the anterior most portion of the mandibular condyle. Arrangement of teeth is an art based upon biomechanical factors governing the ultimate success of the denture. In this discussion, we have seen a detail about arrangement of anterior teeth, overjet, overbite, canine key of occlusion, and arrangement of posterior teeth and molar key of occlusion. Then covers P and guidelines for the occlusal view. Thank you for hearing.